As many of you know, less than a month ago, we lost one of the dearest members of our Chronicle family. Mary Richardson, who graced this program with her elegant storytelling, her intellect, and her charm, passed away after a battle with Alzheimer's.
A program devoted to her career in the days after her passing was one of our most viewed programs of the year, leading us to quip that Mary could deliver ratings even from the great beyond. Indeed, she had a profound impact on this program and all of us.
More fat, not less, in your diet.
And they're off and running again.
Mary Richardson's Chronicle career spanned 26 years and a lifetime of stories. In many ways, Mary shaped and defined Chronicle after joining the show in 1984. She brought her news instincts and her gift for storytelling, and it was a perfect fit. She was at home with everyone, young and old alike, politicians, chefs, farmers, and the young people she always found time to mentor. In her words, everyone has their story to tell.
She was one of the smartest, most generous people I ever knew.
Her longtime co-anchor, Peter Mahegan.
Mary and I had a lot in common. I mean, we grew up into the same kind of family. Our dads were Navy guys. We're proud to be Irish. So we had that going for us. We didn't take ourselves all that seriously. And so I think that was part of the spark that worked for us.
Mary's husband, recently retired Chronicle senior producer Stan Levin.
Well, what you saw is what you got. And she was as real could be. She was a force in motion. She was just an exuberant person who loved people, loved her fans, and she was always gracious, always talked to her fans. And, you know, we just came in our family to accept, we share Mary. You can't contain Mary.
For centuries, Galway on the
Watching that exuberance and vitality diminish as her illness progressed was hard for all who loved her, but no one, most especially Stan, ever left her side.
In the early stages of Mary's Alzheimer's, I had a number of people said to me, you might prepare that friends kind of peel away over time and that you'll kind of do a lot of this journey alone because people find it incredibly sad. And nothing could be further from the truth. Her friends, our family, Chronicle family have walked with me through this journey the entire way.
And in an interview just before Mary's passing, Peter reflected on the last time he saw his friend and colleague.
I felt like there was some spark there. There was some flicker of recognition, I think, you know, just looking her in the eye and her looking back at me as we had done all those years. And I could feel something, and I think she did too. So it's been tough.
Our hearts remain with Mary's family, and our gratitude goes to all of you who have reached out with prayers and remembrances.
Like any 40-year-old, we have had our share of passages, transitions, and changes over the years.
So too has the city and region we call home. Ted Reinstein now brings us an appreciation of all that's been transformed and all that stayed the same.
Needless to say, the world has changed in the past 40 years, even out of this world.
Everything looks good, Houston.
In our own little corner of the galaxy, the changes have been no less dramatic, even if a bit more down to earth.
Physically, Boston in many ways looks like a different city than it did back in 1982. When this bridge wasn't here, this twice renamed building was still more than a decade from being built, and the original garden still stood here in all its stuffy, sweaty splendor.
Indeed, in the Seaport District, where 40 years ago a couple of restaurants enjoyed acres of empty space and parking for thousands, today a mini-city of its own has sprung up. But nothing sums up the changed physical face of Boston more than the actual 15-year facelift that removed and depressed the former central artery. We covered the infamous Big Dig, then the largest public works project ever from its very beginning. Above ground, below ground, year-round, and on one occasion, round the clock. We checked in frequently, not only with managers and workers, but with taxpayers on what they hope to see when the nearly 2-mile reclaimed open space became theirs again.
I would like to see landscaping, more plants and trees and open sitting areas, flowers, fountains.
What the surface of the central artery will look like once the big dig is over is not yet entirely clear. How much will be green? How much will be developed? And who will take care of it all are still very big questions.
Big questions that began to be answered when the 17-acre greenway opened in 2008. Landscaped grass and trees, plants and flowers, sitting areas and fountains, check them all.
Not that it all came cheaply. In 2003, we reported the estimated final cost of the Big Dig at $14.625 billion.
If only. Estimates today put the final cost, including interest, at closer to $22 billion and not expected to be paid off until 2038, which, just coincidentally, will mark Chronicle's 56th anniversary.
But 40 years of changes here go far beyond the physical. New titles were won and lost, foreshadowing perhaps the sweetest of all sports moments. On opening day 2004 at Fenway Park, a young fan called it for me straight up.
They gonna win it all?
Yeah.
And so they did.
The Red Sox have won baseball's World Championship.
The new titles extended elsewhere too. With its widening diversity over the past 40 years, Boston has become majority-minority. And in 2021, 3 centuries of Mr. Mayor gave way to Madam Mayor, seeming to literally capture the face of change in a city that has seen much of it.
But away from the cities, out in the hills and the woods and the main streets and back roads of New England, Chronicle has continued to be just as keen on what hasn't changed.
Out here, where the pace of life and change slows, and some of our most cherished and endangered landmarks live on, Chronicle has never stopped capturing the sights and sounds, and yes, tastes, all of which make this region so unique and beloved. The truth is, out here, it can sometimes feel that the only change has been in who's on the road, or off, or high above it, or what they're riding on, or falling off of. But day after day, decade after decade, we've been out here, from the tops of her mountains to the heart of her cities, 40 years of telling the stories of New England, all the while keeping up with what's changed and keeping faith with what hasn't.